All right, so looking at just general bow hold and just flexibility, that should help with things like the bow tremor that you were talking about. I'm just going to take a look at just a general bow hold. And you can make adjustments on your end as much as you want, but this is just generally how I've taught the bow hold and seen a lot of people use it. This is very just generally taught bow hold, but a lot of people have variations on this. And I'll explain what each finger does, because most of your fingers are doing this. It's just seeing if there's maybe a variation when you're playing versus how I'm playing that you'd like to make any adjustments to. So when you're holding your bow, you're looking for the curl. And why we curl each finger is just because we're looking for general flexibility when we're playing. So for you, your fingers up here and your thumb are really, really curled to begin with. But your pinky sometimes was just starting to flex like this, which can sometimes lock a lot of things into a just tighter position while you're trying to get those smoother strokes. So what you're looking for is when you have the bow hold, even when you're doing generally different strokes that might straighten out your pinky like a downstroke, it might straighten out, but it has to come back to that curled position. And what we're going to do, I'll show you a very basic exercise that we use, and this one can be a little bit on the tougher side, so it takes a few goes at it to really get a good feel for it. And it's just flexing the fingers with the bow in your hand without playing. So you want to just generally get a feel for that bow hold. Again, I notice my pinky goes in a bit, so just ignore that. Sometimes people are a little more straight, but what you're looking for mainly is this curl in the pinky, not a straight pinky. So what you want to try to do is just to test your flexibility of each finger and see if holding that pinky with a curl there is really has changed a lot of things, or if you were already doing it, then you shouldn't have issues. But usually when we move that pinky to a more curled position, the strength tends to change in these fingers. So little exercises like this tend to just kind of get everyone back into place. So what you do, you just kind of flex down and curl back up. And this can actually help with a lot of even just generally tendonitis that you tend to get. But you do that a good 25 times, and it's just consistency. So you flex that pinky, but see if it can flex back. And that'll go to show if your pinky can flex back, or if generally what happens to a lot of players, you flex that pinky, and you're trying to play and these fingers curl, but this stays straight. That's what we're trying to avoid. So we're just getting that motion of flexing down and flexing up. Just this angle so you can see, flex, flex. You can do that however many times. A lot of people drop their bows. So it does take a few goes at it just to get the right feel. But you should be able to have that much flexibility when you're playing. If you can't get that full flex, just what people advise is just to do just smaller. Just see if you can even just get small motions started, and then eventually you can get the bigger motions and then the pull back. So that's one exercise just for general bow hold. Just because, again, I noticed today just your pinky tended to stay a little straight on your strokes when you're looking for the curl. And basically, we're basing it off your other fingers. They curl already really well, so we just want that pinky to follow. So try that a few times. You can see if that works. It's a very basic exercise, so we'll see how you do with that. If not, we'll try a couple other different exercises just to change it up. But mainly, just see if you can get that pinky to curl and flex with your other fingers. And again, your other fingers were really good, so they're a good kind of judge on flexibility. It's just making sure everything's mimicking at the same time.